Blocks and knights and aliens, oh my! All of these things come together spectacularly under the fat little chicken known as the Behemoth. Founded back in 2003 by Dan Paladin, Tom Fulp, John Baez, and Brandon LaCava, Behemoth has brought nothing but disturbing enjoyment to the indie game community. You can usually distinguish a Behemoth game from other games by Dan Paladin's unique two-dimensional art style. The team is a gift for combining wide eyes and simplistic cartoon characters with violence, destruction, and gross amounts of gore. The indie game developers have a passion to bring classic fighting-type games into the mainstream. To get an accurate look at what Behemoth is capable of, we have to go back to their beginning. They are born from a Flash game that they collaborated to create for Newgrounds in 2002. That game was Alien Hominid. This game quickly became so popular, they founded their indie company and developed it for console by next year. The second installment to Behemoth's archives was Castle Crashers. Filled to the brim with much of the blood, violence, and poop that made Alien Hominid so popular, became an instant arcade classic you can play again and again. Maybe it was the collectibles like different knights, swords, and pets. Maybe it was different enemies like a pooping bat, a giant cat, or vicious teddy bears. Maybe it was just fighting for the princess. Whatever it was, it made Castle Crashers one of the most downloaded games with over 2.6 million copies sold in 2011. This fan favorite was originally released for the Xbox Live Arcade back in August of 2008, but it was re-released for PlayStation 3 2 years later in August of 2010 and again for Windows and Mac in September 2012. Last but not least was Battle Block Theater, which was released in April of 2013. This last game had much of the same draws as their first two, but with the added benefit of a cult following. It is a platformer that isn't meant to be taken too seriously, but rather enjoyed with a group of friends. There are many new characters to fall in love with, as well as a couple old Easter egg characters to keep you coming back for more. Overall, this is a great indie game design company that makes lovable games to satisfy your indie child and your outer indie gamer.